Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today's question is power of 2. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We solve a lot of interview questions on this channel and that can definitely help you with your interview. The question says, given an integer, write a function to determine if it is a power of 2. And if you look at example number 1, we are given with 1 and we are returning true. Why? 2 raised to power 0 is equal to 1. That means the given number is power of 2. And if you look at example number 2, we are given with 16. And 2 raised to power 4 is equal to 16. So we are returning true. So let's move on to pen and paper. Let's see how we can solve this question and what are the different ways to solve this question. After that, we will see the code. So the question is asking us that if we are given with any number, we need to tell whether the given number is power of 2 or not. So let's say we have 8. And to check whether 8 is a power of 2 or not, the easiest way is we will take a while loop till the time modulus of 8 with 2 is 0. We will keep dividing the 8 by 2 and at the end we will check whether the given number remains equal to 1 or not. We will take the modulus of 8 with 2. The modulus of 8 with 2 is 0. We will divide it by 2. So let me write while n modulus 2 is equal to 0, I will divide the n by 2 and at the end I will simply check whether n is equal to 1 or not. So let's see. So we have 8 and 8 modulus 2 is 0, so we will divide it by 2. So now my n is 4. Again modulus of 4 with 2 is 0, so again we will divide it by 2. Now again the modulus of 2 with 2 is 0, so again I will divide 2 by 2. So at the end I got 1. So now the modulus of 1 with 2 is not 0. So at the end I will check is n is equal to 1. Yes. Then I will simply return true. So let's see, we had 7. 7 modulus 2 is not equal to 0. It's equal to 1. So we will simply check whether given number n is equal to 1 or not. And for that we will simply return false. For this problem, our time complexity will be of log n. Why? Because we are dividing the number by 2 every time. And the space will remain of 1 because we are not using any space. But let's see, is there any way where we can get our solution in of 1 time complexity? Let's see a binary representation of every number till 8. And if you take out all the numbers which are power of 2, that is 2, 4 and 8, and if you count the number of ones in all these numbers is 1. So all these numbers contain only 1. If we talk about 3, we have 2 ones. If we talk about 5, we have 2 ones. If we talk about 6, we have 2 ones. And if we talk about 7, we have 2 ones. And if we talk about the number which is power of 2 after 8 is 16, as 2 raised power 4 is 16. And if we see binary representation of 16, that is 1 0 0 0 0. Again the number of 1 is 1. One thing we got is all the number power of 2 contain only single 1. And another thing is, if I ask about how to take 2's complement, and to take 2's complement we used to do, first we used to reverse the number. That means we change 0 with 1 and 1 with 0, and then we used to add 1 into that. So let's see, let's say 7, and the binary representation of 7 is 0 1 1 1, and complement of 7 is 1 0 0 0. And if I add 1 to that, it will be adding 1 here, that will be 1 0 0 1. And let's say we have 6. The binary representation of 6 is 0 1 1 0. Complement of 6 is 1 0 0 1, and if I add 1 here, it will become 0 1 0 1. All right, and let's say we have 4. 4's complement is 1 0 1 1, and if I add 1 to it, it will become 0 0 1 0. All right, so this is how we take the 2's complement. And you find one thing, that the number and 2's complement have only the rightmost bit same. If we talk about the rightmost bit of 7 is 1, and if we talk about rightmost bit of 7's complement, that is 1. So these both are same. If we talk about the rightmost bit of 6 is this one, and the rightmost bit of 2's complement of 6 is 1. So these again are same. And if we talk about the rightmost bit of 4, that is 1, and if we talk about the rightmost bit of 2's complement of 4 is 1. So the rightmost bit will going to be same. And what we found here was that the number who is power of 2 contain only single one. That means if I take AND operation of a given number and its 2's complement, what I'm trying to say is, if I take AND between 4 and 2's complement of 4, and if I take AND between them, it will gonna be 1 0 1 1, same as 4. Let's take 6. If I take 6 and if I take 2's complement of 6, and if I do a AND between them, I will get which is not equal to 6, but the AND of 4 and 2's complement of 4 is equal to 4. Let's take 8. Binary representation of 8 is 1 0 0. Complement of 8 is 0 1 1 1, and if I add 1 to it, it will become 0 0 0 1. Alright, so this is 2's complement of, and if I take 2's complement of 8 and 8, so this is 8 and this is 2's complement of 8, and if I take AND operation between them, I will get 1 0 1 1, which is equal to 8. So the first thing we found here is the number who is power of 2 contain only single one, and the another thing we found is the AND between the number and the 2's complement of that number will be equal to the number in case of if the number is power of 2. So I have written it down that the number that's power of 2 contain only single one, and between a number and its 2's complement of that number is equal to number in case of power of 2. So this is what we are doing here and here, and 2's complement is equal to minus of that number. Suppose if I say 4 and minus 4, so 2's complement of 4 is equal to minus 4. So we find our formula that if a given number x, if I take the AND with minus x, and if this is equal to x, in this case the number is power of 2. Let me repeat it again. I took the number and the AND operation with negative of that number. If this is equal to the number, that means the given number is power of 2. And how we get minus 2? First we take complement of number, then we add 1 to that. So let's move on to the coding part and let's see what is the code for this problem. So let's see the code. At line number 3, I simply defined a case. If n is equal to 0, I will simply return false. Else, I'm checking for n and with minus n. If n and with minus n is equal to n, I will return true. If not, I will return false. This was the optimal way in which we are solving the answer in of one time. And if you look at line from 7 to 12, so this is the another way in which, first of all, again I am defining the edge case. If n is equal to 0, I will return false. Else, till the time modulus of 2 with a given number is 0, I will keep dividing the number with 2, and at the end I will simply check whether the n is equal to 1 or not. If n is equal to 1, I will return true, else I will return false. So this was the code. Let's check whether it works or not. So here I submitted my code and it got accepted. So this was the code for this problem. You can find the code in the description below. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe.